Alright. So I'm being told that my stream capture is suboptimal. Hmm? Wild. So it does work. Alright, cool. Hello. Alright, let's see here. Alright. So I'm being told that my stream capture is suboptimal. Hmm? Wild. So it does work. Alright, cool. Hello. Alright, let's see here. Alright. Alright. See what's going on this match. My stream capture is suboptimal. There we go. Oh, smokes, that's loud. Alright. Does not care about my config. I can see that much. Probably didn't care about your ears either. Wow, that was really loud. Alright. Alright. See what's going on this match. My stream capture is suboptimal. There we go. Oh, smokes, that's loud. Alright. Does not care about my config. I can see that much. Alrighty. Probably didn't care about your ears either. Wow, that was really loud. Oh, there we go. Alright, let's see here. Oh wow, it's probably my microphone pickup is so loud you can hear the knifing in the background. There's death occurring around here right now. Okay, let's see what's going on. Okay. Alright, so we got CT. I think. Okay, hold up. Okay. So, slow this down a little bit. So this is kind of what we're hoping for. What in the fuck? This is wild. Okay. So, crossfire. Alright, I like it. Yeah, I kind of thought those flashes weren't going to be very good. Cool. Chose not to swing. And adjusted. And didn't need to move. So, small, but did make much of a difference, right? I have to go back a little bit here. Okay, so Amaze is already in position. That's good. Let's see. Let's go to pistol real quick and take a look at Brandon's position the whole round. Okay, that's good. Cool. That's wild. You can, like, all the time this game's been around, they still haven't fixed this stupid, like, I can't just have the demo playback on and... Wow, that's bad. I'm sure everyone uses commands to do it now, but... barely move around. So why am I going to watch Brandon again? I'm interested in knowing how early he knew that there were people coming his way and like what calls he could have made and essentially when the rotations to be would have occurred. Like if you hear 4 people there, like there's no need to have 3 people a day. So they walk. Okay, there's the one guy, the flash, and alright, so Amaze is already there. That's pretty good. That was at 1:30. So they zone out this guy on catwalk. That's pretty good. Yeah. I'd be surprised if we lost that. Cool. So, things that could have been done different, right? Things actually could have been done different here. In this setup. I think the one thing we missed out on here is the potential to have jump spotted B and know that they were going. I think they were exposed. Let's figure that out. I think they were exposed, so it's a small tweak, but a good one. I mean, I don't know what teams necessarily are going to go ahead and throw that that flash like from all the way in the back and the one that's like directly in the air. I don't know what that's really doing, but okay, so right here, jump spotting, potentially sees at 137. They're not even to the ground, which in that crossfire is 7 seconds later. Imagine now 126, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Basically, imagine if Mighty Lord was there 7 seconds earlier. Or it could have been an all B call and you might have had basically everyone there 7 seconds earlier. A little bit easier around. But successful nonetheless, so it's all good. Cool. Alright. Let's see here. There we go. Ramp. We got Cat. Not really peeking Cat. He's probably called mid clear. So mid clear. Are we jump spotting B right now? Nah. Just going for that, like, kind of like big anchor play there. So, mid's clear. We're not pushed up cat. We're not peeking B tunnel. And we're not really in connector. So, I mean, it seems like it would be easier to know that those guys were on A ramp. Like, we might as well just play jump spot B, because mowing them down on their save round with the MP9 I don't think does a ton for us. We kind of want them to like get to the balcony, be trapped without any real guns, and have to deal with this probably mid-range, long-range. But in their face, we pretty much give the Deagle and even the fucking Glock a chance to destroy us. But that would have kind of hinted at, oh well, maybe cat would have been good to push. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, before I just kind of utter this all out, so if they are on catwalk,
Dad?
yeah.
Mom,
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, so let's see. So basically, so frustrating. All right. So anyway, we can peek up here on a save round, like at least jiggle it from a safe position, like right side balcony. Know if they're coming or not. We can play safe on cat. We are peeking down middle, so I think there's a way to know that they're gonna be executing A ramp like 3 people A ramp without doing anything at A, just doing everything with mid and B. So it's all good. Thinks it's one site. Don't know about jungle. All right, this is a good one to look at. Okay, so they buy up AKs and we lose the round, or we win it. But I'm gonna go and take a look at it from the beginning. All right, back to this round here. All right, so what goes wrong on this buy up? So they've got 4 AKs. Oh, they have an op too. Okay, so the mid pick is dangerous right now. So let's see. They didn't even send the op mid. That's good for us. So he's trying to try to make that pick upper B. Interesting. And so it's a lot of mid pressure. And we're looking for a late, this is a late B setup right here we're pulling off. But just give them complete control in the middle. This looks like we're trying to play retake A. And they've got bomb in like in upper B, so So a boost and a pick on jungle, so loss of jungle control. Big time problem, because that's causing this rotation. They're going to A. I mean, if we're playing double stare, then I mean, really, what are we even hanging on the window for? Like this fight right here was pretty much impossible. Even if we did damage this guy, he would have gotten away. So kind of sucks, but that's the situation. Probably need to definitely need to be engaging them close for sure with the weapons that we had. The MP9s and FAMASs, and not really giving them that like little bit of an extra advantage they have with all the AKs. And then I don't know if I would have expected them all, but this early on. But yeah, they did that too. That was probably good to smoke off the upper B. Anyway, like we did. So, all right, save round. Save round nades. Save round nades. Jarrock's got full nades. He's kept the gun, so he's trying to do what he can at B. And they're going for the mid control. We're gonna hold. So when this eco becomes not holding the nades for a ramp, we do need to determine what the next move is. Obviously you can wait. Okay. 48, 62, 91. That means we've got some guys that are one clickable, which is cool. That's good. I think the MP9 will do 91, so the nades going into connector, if that's like the play, if we think they're there, great. This is the second time they abused boost. And they did it on a save. They did a little bit of damage. MP9 versus full health. Killed while falling, what can you do? And we have acquired an op here. That's good. So Lord gets pick from top apartments. But I mean, what can you do? Cool. Alright. So we buy here. I think we buy here during the freeze. And they pretty much have full util enough to execute the site. Alright, so middle. So it looks like you get the 3-2A now. Interesting. We smoked. Still got flashes at A left. Alright. So we're holding the tight angle on B. We've got 3A, good. I don't know what the intelligence on this was to say that, but that's nice. We got Brandon ladder room, so I guess you can just drop that window. Alright. Execute comes out. And it's just heavy on Palace. Looks like. Let me go back. Alright. So tell me it just goes to the beginning round. Holy smokes, I'd be pretty upset. Okay. Anyway. So, playing con, pushed up ladder. We're not looking at windows, so obviously he's got to have his back this way. We got 3A. So we have Palace. Point con. And who I'm trying to get to right now is Nick. Okay. Alright. So we're playing under Palace. So, alright. So this shit comes out. Now, what are we going to do? Okay. So we're thinking about flashing. We flash late. Okay. That's a simple death. That's a just commit. Just commit. Also, I mean, they're coming over. If the guy in jungle doesn't hit the shot from Palace, then you've got that problem. But at least you can kind of play. You can kind of play Stair. You get some support from Stair if you're playing there, but I mean that's just not a position you can be a nuisance from. But yeah, it's just been turned, flash out there, hold. I mean, different round if one guy had died on the if one guy had died out of the palace, they would have had to worry about you underneath. So it's all good. So we're buying up. MP9 could be effective in that same position for sure. Yeah, there's been a lot of B activity, so playing close on the ramp is a good call. Okay. J-Rock's probably already spotted him. It's a good molly. Good nade. Trades cat. That's good. Gets out half. 8 lower. That's good. Gotta play somewhere else. Now we just traded so far. And Amaze gets that pick. That middle. So now we're up. And we know they have some middle presence and B presence. Up probably didn't need to peek that again. Might have been a better position to hold. Just hold the boost just in case. 2 HP and connector gets spammed, maybe. It's gonna hold the whole time. 8 HP and need to know if he's gonna try to sneak a plant B. So yeah. Just gets away with A here. Brandon waits for regroup. Cool. If let's see here. If your teammate's low, and he's hiding, and the bomb's playing on the other site, it might not be a bad thing to run CT to the stairway, so long as you're not running as tight to the wall as Brandon's peak would be. Just because, you know, the sound is going to cause him to drift his crosshair away from the wall and not be looking for the tight tuck that Brandon had. And also, I guess it's better that Brandon engages anyway, so you know what's going on. So we have the jump spot. Brandon's kind of far out. This is kind of what you want to see. Guy sits in front of that. He should get mollied there. Brandon stays alive for as long as possible in there. That's good. And they're in like really good post plant. He's got window, he's got door, and that guy's got back. Yeah. 2 flashes though. Nobody's really peeking deep, so. But it is op and M4, so yeah. They didn't give you anything on that. Cool. Alright, so we put. So if we're not buying here, we should be getting value out of the M4 and the op. Like together holding the same site, being traded for the guys that are saving. We have 2 guys that have head armor and 1 Deeg no armor. Point smoked out a ticket. He's just keeping the gun for another round. He could have. And he's not backed up by anybody. But a maze is. Yep. A maze is also not backed up by anyone. So like this, all this time, this op could be in somebody's hands. And now they get to bait people for it too. That's the other problem. They have to bait the whole team into that one gun. But at least we keep it. Cool. My situation's still kind of tight. Although I think Cat for B for Brandon, he bought up no head armor. Yeah, M4 no head armor. So if we're making buy-ups like that, then the nade damage and the utility damage makes a big difference on CT. Because we get, if we can chip at like 10 damage on most people, then that becomes a winnable one-shot versus one-shot fight, and the armor really doesn't matter at all. So wherever they show up this round, we were hoping that we get the kind of utility that stops them, blocks them, and then damages them. So like smoke, then molly behind it, nade. Here we go. We know they're on B. We just heard 3 on this on Brandon's side, but we're making a middle push. J-Rock had a good one there, but nobody else had jumped out. So. And also, they didn't take any util damage up there, so. So, if the Cat guy is going to push Cat to mid, then the B position right here is hard because, well, the swing that just happened is hard because you're getting 2 angles, and that encompassed like 3 people being able to see you. So, maybe if we're playing in CT, like if we're playing a guy down Cat, letting them jump from this area or come out to this area and killing them in a 1v1 there is a little bit better for holding B. If they jump out the window, then your guy that comes back up catwalk has a little bit of an advantage there because they've probably already looked at it, cleared it, or whatever, or he's 1v1ing whoever's at the window, which is just generally speaking going to be what he would have to do basically anyway. So, and it doesn't put you like on two different angles. So I think if it's a mid control, there should be a little bit more happening intentionally at B. And probably prioritizes util, right, with that buy up for if you're like on the extremity. Okay, so spots palace, smoked middle, nades middle. Yeah, I think yep. Just trying to hold lower, good. That guy got one deke, so they're gonna lurk hard. Like they might even start trying to group around 40 seconds and just waiting. They don't have anything. Oh, guy's ready and to flash over for A. Okay. So. We got a boost crossfire in B. That's good. Okay. So this guy got all the way up con. Was it a surprise? Was getting up con right there a surprise? I mean, if this stuff ever went backwards or forwards properly, So going backwards by death didn't seem to produce the effect I was thinking it was going to produce. It's funny. I guess it doesn't go backwards past this round now. I'm just going to keep seeing point with this up. Okay, here we go. Holy smokes, this is ridiculous. Alright. Alright, yeah, so I'm just thinking A's having some trouble. So looking at this, so we're smoking early. The guy jumps out in front of the smoke, so he's already at Tetris. Probably should have been blind. That was a little too low. Maybe it could have been higher. And we've got point and a maze here. And so we just have 2 people site. It's hard. It's tough. The stair wrap is difficult to defend, but he's doing a good job. Probably could have had 2. Perfect day. And there's the guy sitting in con. Okay, that's how that happens. So, because we had the 3 stack there, we didn't know there was a guy in con. So, I mean, stack B, push off catwalk, right? If you're rotating A, and you got a guy cat rotating, push off with that guy, clear connector, generally speaking, and then the death from a guy hiding in connector, or getting the connector unexpectedly doesn't happen. Whether the call was late or whatever. Just a rotate thing. Because, like, really, if you put one guy towards window or one guy towards CT, that's important, but, I mean, you have to kind of have some con presence and some, not even really, doesn't have to be CT. It could just be window presence. So, like, one guy coming through market at least. But if you had 2 in cat, like, why not just have them swing out, see if they can kill there, and if they get a gun, great. And they don't have con, and they're not. You know they where they are if they're in CT or if they're in ramp, might have a little bit better chance. All right, so playing this position again, probably could play bench here, or get to bench for a little bit more like cover. Also, it's the same spot played this time they went B. So, shake it up. Play something different. Or also start calling strats where, he plays like first like front right pillar by balcony or whatever. Okay. All right. So that point, really having to play super brave, seems like. So the setup in A is okay. They're pop flashing and smoking. He's gonna walk through that smoke after the pop flash. No, he's not. Okay. That's like a miscue there. I don't know what the intent was, but if he popped and cleared it, would have been no reason to use the smoke, really, which is kind of nice. Watching for them to go cat. Okay. So when he's holding cat, they're trying to get this crossfire under porch, but the thing is they're not going to be able to swing because they don't have... This con guy doesn't have any threats. So the setup in B right now... The setup in B must have been requiring that somebody be in B site, but... I mean... Knowing that they're going up cat, it's one thing for the B guy, but I think... It's almost like we have to whine a little bit as the con guy and say, like, oh, well... You're going to get shot in the side of the head. And then when this guy is playing under Balk, and you have to look at Palace, but you also have to be responsible for con. The only thing you know from your opera middle is that they're not up cat. It doesn't really cover any more angles for you at all. But it would be nice if you could get a little bit more angle coverage, which would have been, guy can't walk up con on me while I'm left side, which he wouldn't have been able to if we had any presence on cat. So We have to play differently when we don't have presence on cat. I'm sorry? I'm surprised that did so little damage. Anyway. So drop mid, came up cat. We got bomb kind of lurking around in the middle. They're falling back, regroup. This is probably a good call for them. Not sure what they know, but looks like they like to execute B. Well, they're not executing. They're just they're like rotating back to a default probably. And I like if the one time that J-Rock has done this match pays off right now, I would be very satisfied. Oof. And then it didn't. Even in this situation, the jump spot would have been better. Because jump spot, let's see. Jump spot full util. Let's go back and pray it doesn't take me back to the millennium. Such a useless feature. Are you shitting me? Yeah, so that's J-Rock's util is full, so that's the problem here. Flash over, I get it. They peek middle. I don't know how fast you can get down cat. Maybe they thought cat rush. No, that's probably the right call. They're a lot middle. It's smoked off, so he wants to take advantage of the smoke by pushing. And he doesn't have any util except for the nade right now. And then he gets this basically this is just a... I guess the problem with this is if you're gonna have to deal with the 1v1 here, this 1v1 has no exit plan. And when you're in a 4v4, a 1v1 like this doesn't pay off because as a CT you need not just the kill, but you need the defending time, because all those seconds equal rotation time, and rotation time basically ends the round for the T's because you have too much defense on one side of the map. So I think it's just I get one to take advantage of the smoke cover and try to get like a position you haven't played before. Understood. But it's equivalent man. So if you're playing a spot where you can't escape, and you're really, really hoping that they will walk past you, just consider that they'll never. Just think in your mind now that they'll never walk past you. They will always 1v1 you because eventually, as they get better, they will. They will always try to test you on those spots. Okay. Save round MP9s. So this was a really great round for a MP9 buy up and play A, right? Can't guarantee that they'll always go A, but I mean, at least if they're jumping at you from Palace and they're coming up ramp, the MP9s really can get value. Also, they can get value at B, of course. But considering the buy up was like a half buy, like only one person, like J-Rock's got full util, head armor and stuff. I don't know if that's a misbuy, but you could use all of that utility. Yeah, but At least he has the util this round. Alright. We know one. And we haven't rotated on that, so that's good to know. We just have the problem of one guy in the corner, like, right now. He's selling this. He's selling this fake. The guy should have thrown his util. Anyway. So, we didn't over-rotate on that. Great. Good calls. We're taking middle, flash and ramp. Okay. Guy CT kills... That's surprising. Alright, how's this happen? It just seems surprising that we would have that info. And they would get to CT. Okay. Oh, okay. Just jumps to whatever round it wants. Dude. Okay, I see. So he's rotating to B with the longest rotate possible. Why is that? Because we're up middle. We know they're not cat. So we think there's a full B execute. Right. Okay, that's how this happens. Yeah. I don't think we ever confirmed there was more than one guy at B. The guy didn't even use his util. And also, if we have a guy playing over here, and we even have a guy pushed up middle, this guy should either be staying here or lurking or like going to Palace and enabling us to kind of bisect the site on retake. Like going up into Palace, pushing it, seeing if it's clear or not. Because honestly, even a death here, even a death here is actually kind of okay. Because then we know that all this is clear. We can bring him, Brandon, back over, and a maze here flashes over, and then we have connector control, and then we actually would have had CT at this point because we wouldn't have given it up. So it's just that I think that's just there had to be a bad call somewhere. I mean, we could have only called one there, I think, or like two tops if we even speculated. So they really got away with murder on that molly there. All right, so A is gonna have a problem here, I think, because we have the up peeking ramp. I don't know if I really am a fan of peeking on the left side right there. I've never done it. Let's see how that looks. Just kind of. It's something. I think this might have came from a. I mean, what's wrong with picking a ramp here? We really haven't done that at all. So down one in A, and they know how heavy we play B, so they're gonna take advantage of that. What can you do about the 180? 180 headshot. We have bomb control. Alright, good. Alright. Here we go. This is everything we brought. I think Thomas with Brandon and Cat's fine. They really just don't seem to be too cat obsessed. Like 3 rounds they maybe ran up Cat. So I think adjusting that is good. Also, that's great. He can go for the watch on lower now. Alright, there's no way that this is a loss on this round. Yeah, good. And then we have might as well push Palace now because, like, what's the, we're up 3. They're either going A or they're going B. Being in Palace would be nice. Knowing where they're going to be at probably be good. There's a minute left in the round, but if we figure out that they're Palace, then then J-Rock can just go hold middle or full rotate and let Brandon do B. It's just basically just make sure they can't get the TV room. All that could happen at the same time. So push extremities is basically what you could do in that scenario. And you wouldn't even have to take this fight really. You would know exactly where they're at. Have all your teams util. It's even harder for them to win. That's rough. Alright, I think I watched that on HLTV too. Nine six and I mean realistically, like just rotation, using full util. There's only one like push extremities. Maybe a couple of the site setups. Like there needs to be coordination between the cat player and the con player. The cat, con, and mid player, obviously. But it needs to be more about like what position you play when people have these angles. It's the same problem people have playing train. As the positioning is so difficult when, people can basically swing or get into positions that, they won't even engage anybody at. So if we are up cat, then we know they can't walk up con. If we're playing double in B for some reason, like the con player should probably know that. The mid player should obviously know that. Maybe there's a setup, between. I've done this on teams where there's just a setup for the con mid and window player. And that's just dependent on what the extremities players need. Like if you need more backup on A or you need more backup on B, there's just a play for that. And there should be. I don't think that's ironed out here, but if it was, it would give Mighty Lord a chance to commit more to the angles he's taking because he wouldn't have to worry so much about what's going on the other side. All right, let's go. All right. Alright, I'm interested in seeing this strat, like what it seems like from the CT perspective. So we know we're going to make some noise B first. So Shinto, here's the smoke, okay. This provokes a rotation. It provoked a check. Oh man, I gotta see this again. Definitely gotta see it again. I might have to watch it from overview here. Alright. So, no, Shinto plays B now. So he... Sparrows. So these guys are going to be aware. So they don't hear anybody going to B. They had two decoys. So then Soft is already out middle, spotting down middle actively. So he catches them at lower. So there's not a rotation, except for the fact that guy's not in window. And they're still dueling two people in A. So... We gotta... it's gonna take a little extra time here to break this down, but... It's a question of whether the guy hard commits out window. I mean, I get it. I've done it. Especially if you walk out, you peek middle, and nothing's there, and you've got a USP. You're just waiting to blow somebody's head off. So, you know, obviously you just kind of like peek middle, and then you swing back to lower. If they're not upper mid or lower, then they're like on the extremity. So, what in the world is this demo system? Are you kidding me? Did I not tell it to go to the round before? It's irking. $800. Okay, there we go. All right. So, I think it's interesting. We're through the decoys into the site. So, I mean, I feel like if two Glocks and an actual smoke would probably pull more attention, but... And what we got out of it was, okay, typical. And because he was far back, he didn't get dealt. He was able to get away with this. He could have even left. And so now our Palace guys are out because of the death in Con. Right. And really, it probably should have been when Brandon was up connector. Because really, that was the only hope. It's tough, but that would have been potentially a 4v3 in A. And of course, they had a guy push cat, so it would have been up to Brandon to duel that guy. But he might not have been off a catwalk. The B guy might not have been off a catwalk if it weren't for knowing that he needed to rotate. So... timing. It's a timing thing. Just needs to be more time. Let the B guys do their thing. Also, maybe consider where the grenades are going. Like if they're going out into the site and then they know they're decoys and then we're not going to that site, that it's almost better to just throw the decoys, have two people run lower B, and then have the rest of your team sit up in upper B halls, and then just like slow walk out halls, take halls, and then have the guys that went lower that potentially engage somebody like that make noise in bottom mid. Have them come back up and just try that. I mean, bare minimum, they're gonna just be playing one window or one middle. And 2A, 2B, so might get away with it. Just like straight up fighting the 2v4 or 2v5, whatever it happens to be at that time. A and B is a little bit easier to smoke off. If we want to incorporate that in a pistol. Alright, sorry I didn't see the eco. I think pistol's worth about 3 rounds, really. Or at least it used to be, so I give it 3 rounds of attention. And I lied. We'll go back to this eco. Or wherever this thing takes us. So the reason we're going to go back to the eco round is because the eco round call should set up your next round. It should set up your next round, or it should convince them that you play a certain way. Like, if you'd like to take A on fakes, then maybe your eco should be like a fake to get the bomb planted at A, and that might sell them on that idea. Whatever round it wants me to be on. Alright, we're back on pistol, so see what an A player does. A player's perspective. Here's the absolutely wild. Like, this guy could have got shot in the head, side of the head. So easy. If 2 people just like walked out and swung on halls. But I mean, that's just, you can't plan on that. It's just, that's interesting. I don't get that set up. Alright, so our save here. Smoke in middle, swing in mid. We're gonna nade the window or nade the con. Looks like, okay, yep. So that was a kill if it was all 5 at the same time. So that's maybe even a kill if it was all 4 at the same time. So that's a problem. That needs to be worked on. I don't know what was more important than getting that window kill with all those nades. Also, we spent $1,200 to get that 1 kill, and then potentially boost and get the gun. So it can actually pay off really big. And it's so common. I mean, the guy could have had a scout, could have had anything. Definitely worth a try. Might even pay off to have one guy try to determine what side the guy's on, or at least to have him engage. That way, when they make contact in a firefight, the whole team can throw the nade, or just stack it at a time. It's fine too. Just an idea. All right, so we buy up here, and 3B watching rampant halls. So we got early smoke at B. Scope, pretty much no engagement. Not going to be able to pick that just yet. Holding palace push. Holding the ramp push. Okay, so they use as much smoke. Holding the mid push. Okay. So that's a pushes lower middle. Because there is no middle present, so he jumped out the window. This is something he did on pistol round, so it's a behavior. And we knew about that. Also knew about that behavior too, so I think that's something noteworthy. But I think getting flanked from B while it was smoked, I mean, I'm curious, like what part of the default allows the guy to go lower? Excuse me. That's not at all where I clicked. Wow. Jeez. I'm dying out here with. Okay, here we go. Maybe even from his perspective, making a wall right there on that round would have been good too. I mean, I guess we're not trying to get sprayed down, but how are we really going to kill that guy if we just force him to shoot one person through that smoke? Well, they're thinking about it. So they're thinking about spending that money on throwing those flashes, and then they didn't. Kind of interesting. All right, so let's see our aggro mid player who is popping off. It looks like. I'm not really looking at ADR or anything, but I mean, 145 average damage per round. I mean, he's kind of carrying this game, and this is what he did. Wow. Okay. I guess because who is sitting back of middle? That's not. It's point. Okay, so there's a mistake here. There's no person lower, and that's how this happens. Wow. That's rough. I don't know what the. If there's a reason to hold middle like that, then there needs to be a walk back time. That's kind of well understood. And right now we know it's like a 1 minute and 20 seconds. If Point had been coming back, he would have either been known that he was jumping up, so he would have been kind of in a bad spot, or Brandon would have had that problem. But it's still a 1v2, so it's completely possible. That's freebie. And he's got to get this one. Tons of time. Got to smoke. Drop the smoke from cover. You know? As much cover as you can get. Always. They think they're going A, maybe. Interesting. Got clearing catwalk up here, but not really getting traded. It's a pretty light buy. So, would they keep smoking this upper B? I mean, being here, and then it's out after it's gone. It's a fake B. So, what they should know from this positioning J-Rock has is that they potentially have a guy at ticket, and that's pretty much it. I mean, this early smoke at B is pretty much shut down the default. Like, Brand hasn't been able to really get any value going up there to pick. And they really aren't playing window. I don't know if we know that or not, but so they really pass it. Like, they gotta give up connector, basically. So, A execute. Yeah, good. Makes sense. It's a really good call. He's gonna. Yeah. Flash. Oh yeah, watch that. So, I'm curious to know the util that we had there, but obviously smoking ticket makes a lot of sense. It's just we played for like the whole. It was played like the whole site was smoked, so that's like one of those post plant kind of things. It should have been get to the right spot, irregardless. Might have saved it. Other than the 1v2. Well, they're on save. And their save is something like stack B mid. I don't really want to say that because I didn't pay that much attention to it. The default worked out well here, I suppose. I'm really not trying to make this a million years long, but I'm assuming since we survived all 5 and they lost everybody, that however you guys played it well. You didn't get traded. You didn't even really engage on the other side of the map. You just kind of worked the other site, cleared it, planted. That's that. That's good. That's what you want to see. Yeah, Brandon, early op pick here. Nice try. Top flash. Okay, I can see that being useful if it was thrown. Very good nades in the window. This guy is aggro window player, huh? He knows. Wow, I'm shocked. I got traded a ton of damage for a dude that was stuck in that window. So right there, Nick, the nade that you had should have went in the window, for sure. The second we know that Amaze is engaging that guy, just get the utility damage off on him. He might have died or whatever. This is good work. And we're collecting and gonna work B. Good. So this position doesn't have to be this loud, I don't think. It's more or less, yeah, just controlling. So they know it's going B because we're doing a full execute. So there's a time on a save like that where being threatening is important. Being alive and being threatening is important. So we pick up the 1 kill. You know, we don't really know what's clear, what's not clear. We just try to take a fight when they approach us. We just really make them walk into us. Just instantly switch to defense. Just imagine that they're right around the other corner, and what you would do is play for time. Like, you would make your presence force them to play into you, and not be able to run away from you, not be able to use the window, not be able to use catwalk, ladder room, all that. Just by existing, they lose all that accessibility. And maybe they have to get your gun at the end of the round, but whoop-de-doo. At least they can't use it against your team. Flashing mid for op pick here. And we're not picking mid. Cool. That's good. Early smoke into B. Making some noise. Not a bad idea. This guy's got a favorite spot. No, there's 2B, right? Pretty much. What's he gonna feel out here? Let's smoke it again. Well, I have 1 molly. And the guy that's pushed has it. So this is interesting, right? This guy that's pushed should be making the decision of putting the molly down beyond that smoke at some point for pressure. Because he can't use it from that spot if he takes this 1v1 versus point. Like, the molly doesn't do him any good. Or at least it has a very low, it has a very low chance of doing any good. That's just very fortunate. That's an overshot. So that's disappointing. But, you know, we're in. Jumping through window. That was known. The guy made a lot of noise. And that guy dies. So 2v1. Good. Yeesh. 2 viewers. No one's going up middle. Legged one. This got to get back. Got to get back. Ooh, even back further. Oh, nice. So we know they jumped out window. And we're okay, he's holding here, that's good. But he should be playing under him. So it's like they have to peek both. Which, if the, you know, hey, get rush mid gets called and he swings to here and then they're on the same line of sight, that's really good. If that didn't happen, it should happen. Anyways, here's our full A. We missed this smoke, I think, so that's kind of bad. This guy's got this line of sight. Well, we corrected that. Good. And we are just, like, completely saying whatever to CT. It is held during the plant. That's good. We don't have any more utils, so it's trades. And that's... I guess we were looking... With that plant, we want to control the jungle connector area. But, you know, swing together. Instinctively want to control that area, probably. Alright. Good pick. Beat him there, actually. So he went for like a foolish pick. So we're up a man. Great. So they're pulling their guy from A. And we might know that if Point heard him in window. He may have. Yeah, he did. So thanks to might be a guy window, there might be a cat. He's right. At this point, though, any pressure we put on B, knowing how this guy plays, they're spamming. They got the guy that's sitting on balcony, just like he did their previous round. He held from there the whole time. If we put any semblance of pressure on B, they're gonna commit that catwalk guy to B, and then they have one guy window, which means we pressure B, boost window, and just have window control, like work window early, like around the 50-second mark. But we spot this guy, good. Now he's going to use his molly. And he's alone. This is good. This is good. What? Oh, we didn't see him drop down, I guess. Alright. So, good angle to peek on, but probably just not worth it versus the op, I think. We don't really know where they're at, except for the one guy that's market, and probably one guy door, so actually, I ain't knowing where both of them are at. It's possible. Seemed kind of wild. Can tell that Colsey doesn't really believe in clutching. You know, we knew what we knew, and this is something for Mighty Lord. What you knew at that time was that Skolzy and Space Neb are A players. So that under rotation was pretty unlikely. So if you had to like hedge a bet and hold at a hard angle, probably just hold the angle to your right. Like when they go to clear bench, you kill bench and then let Brand hold on to the kitchen area and cat and trade him because he had the op. But you know, it worked out. No worries. Molly sandwich, okay. Molly sandwich work B. Oh my goodness. Molly sandwich work B. So this round's kind of weird too. Like, why did they make the decision to leave the site here? Good. Well, the guy was committed to making a play. That's why he did that. Well, he did get that in this, but couldn't finish it. I just think the CTs played that one kind of poorly yet. Strange. But I mean, just cleared it together, looking for that 1v1 trade. We cleared the site, so that's good. That push Palace early is we're like, okay, they might be saving, so but that's kind of bait for this guy that's playing under. So we have to use that right util up in Palace to, molly under anyway. If we do, then good moves. Because what we want to do is, even if they're saving, we want to push them out of these spots. Good. We want to like control their positioning. Problem. He just left, and then we didn't produce anything on that. It's really, I get the idea. It's really bad to swing this angle with stare. So now we're gonna do a execute. With that molly would have been nice at that other time. So because we mollied it, now we're gonna think like this guy's not here. It won't catch point off guard. But it's pretty well known for point 2. He's paying attention to that. So we have post plant minus what Amaze is doing. But I do, not every play is perfect. And, sometimes chasing the kills is not necessarily a bad thing from an attitude standpoint, as long as people aren't like overly excited about it, Like, oh man, all I do is get all the frags for everybody. It's like, I mean, that's really a trash frag. Like, we were going to win the round because it was 3v1, so like you can get all those trash frags you want. It's the 1v1s at the beginning of the round that make the game go. So here this guy is on Balk, same spot. We just got to figure out how to test that guy a little bit better. Like, do he just molly that spot? But, it's just an idea. So I think Point's trying to get some info here. J-Rock is really far pushed up. This is good, because anything he can hear from here is great. Once we start executing near middle, just hearing a little, like, movement, potentially, even away from the site, is going to be indicative of, like, oh, they're playing con, jungle, CT. Which, if they did have that set up, an AXQ would be really strong. I like that we're grouping A. Also the smoke set that the util Ace is throwing is kind of selling it here. They've even put 3 people, so great. Yep, it's very good. Aside from the CT problem we're gonna experience here in a second, which we have the util for, great. Okay, so this is not post plant. I think Stan wins this one. You would think they'd die on the first 2 shots, not like actually having to spray people down. Alright, and then they have really low util for B, so testing the B, if there's no smoke, that's kind of an indicator, right, from this team. So if I saw no smoke here, I certainly wouldn't think they're opping. So yeah, I would just be like, alright guys, the default, let's just push B and see what we can get, and then we're gonna see the jump spot. Guy's gonna throw this smoke, right? Because he knows you're there, and I mean, I don't very much think it is doing anything for him. But what we get out of it is this guy's pushed lower, so he's kind of taking the advantage that we're not exerting kind of mid presence. So they're gonna know that it's either going Palace or they're not doing anything with that info. But they have a really strong B hold right now, and we double mollied the same spot. So molly bench right there would have been very, very good too. They're gonna get this flank right now. That's gonna tighten it up. Nope. Okay. Rand wins the round. Nah. Yeah. So they get another chance here. Kind of. Their buy is like really bad, which is good for us, but we have a lot of utils, so like there needs to be like a full B execute that's a little bit more coordinated. Like if we had got the molly on bench and van, and maybe even a smoke towards the market window and get right, it would have been a wrap because they didn't have the util to deal with it. Plus, they would have definitely taken burn damage, and they would have had only angles in sight to hold. I remember seeing this. That push middle is just desperation. I'm surprised this A guy hasn't pushed it. If I was Skolzy right now and I have no util, I would have just pushed something. Like probably not even Palace, because I've never seen J-Rock move up out of ramp like pre anything. So I think that's one thing we could probably improve is just like attempting some walkouts based on the other team's buy. Like if their buy is really bad, then we could try to walk out because I mean they got to op somewhere. They're probably going to put the one op they have at middle. And this is, I think I remember watching this round being W. I have no idea why that guy ran to peek cat. I don't know. Also, it was a poor angle for him to be peeking on anyway. In that situation, if you have no idea where they are at B, you probably should just sit somewhere safe until they actually plant. The nade. So GG. Alright. So that's all I got on that. I mean, recapping the T side, I don't know. It went well. I think I said it all in there. I can't even remember most of it. I think it's always small things. The amount of information you get from one side of the map or the other, the behavior patterns of certain players. I know I already mentioned how the guys playing upper B a lot, and like we kind of knew the guy in middle was aggressive at window, and we missed we missed on the default covering lower stair for the right amount of time. I don't know if it's like a comeback kind of thing, like a comeback by a minute 25. That way nobody can walk up or hear me and walk up, but that's a timing thing. So those things, are why we lost rounds, and those are the reasons why like basically everyone loses rounds. But it's the better you can get it, like kind of bumping up on those small issues, better you can produce anyway. So, all right, that's it. That's all she wrote. Take it easy.